Hello friends, welcome back to series of lecture. I am Advocate Farooq Singh Adhana. This is the 45th lecture of this series of CRPC. Today we are going to start the new topic, that is arrest. In this topic more of is about the Bayer Act reading simple. So let's see the topics what we are going to study in this topic. The important points are topics are rationale behind the arrest. What is the rationale behind the arrest? Then we would look what is DK Basu judgment. What are the points given in the DK Basu judgment? Then we would see four types of arrest in section 41, 42, 43 and 44. That is arrest by a police officer, arrest in a non-cognizable offense, arrest by a private individual, and the arrest by executive or judicial magistrate. After that it is safeguards on arrest. Then in lastly we would see procedures or on arrest. इसमें सारे सेक्शंस इधर हम डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे. सो प्रोसीजर में कुछ सेक्शंस हम देखेंगे उसमें. Look out some sections which are related from section 41 to 60A, which sections are related to procedures of arrest, and some sections are related to safeguards of arrest. In the topic safeguards of arrest, there are certain sections. Note down. Section 41 clause 1 clause B, then 41 clause 2, then 41 capital B, 41 capital C, 41 capital D, then section 46, 49, 50, 50A, 54, 55A, 56, 57, 58 and 60A. These are the certain sections under the topic safeguard. Procedure की बात करें, means proceedings of arrest. In this the sections are 41, 42, 43, 44, 41A, 47, 48, 51, 52, 53, 53A, 54A, 55, 59, 60. These are the sections related to the procedure of arrest, search and all that covers in this. So first we start with the concept of arrest, जो हम पढ़ना चालू करेंगे concept of arrest से, why the arrest is made. Then we would see why there are certain safeguards in arrest, look the safeguards etc. and correlate that with the constitutional aspect. मीन्स जो बेल में हमने जो सारी बात पढ़ी थी वही बातें फिर आएंगी इधर. बेल में जो पढ़ा था व्हाट आर द ग्राउंड्स ऑन ग्रांटिंग बेल एंड नॉन ग्रांटिंग बेल, तो वो सारे पॉइंट यहाँ पर दोबारा आएंगे. वहाँ पर जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एसेंस देखा था वही कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एसेंस यहाँ पर भी आएगा. That is the balancing of the interest between the individual and the society and their rights. मीन्स होता है ना ये बेल क्यों देंगे, because we have to take the care of the balancing of the interest between the individual and society, the rights of individual and society. So जो बेल ग्रांट की जाती है तो उसमें इंडिविजुअल का इंटरेस्ट देखा जाएगा और जो बेल मना की जाएगी तो उसमें सोसाइटी का इंटरेस्ट देखा जाएगा. सो इट इज बेसिकली अबाउट द balancing between the balancing of the interest of the individual and society for granting and non granting of bail. So इसमें हम बेयर एक्ट ट्रीटिंग करेंगे सेफगार्ड्स वगैरह में. उसके बाद you have to make the notes, summary notes on this topic. And in safeguards we would study the DK Basu judgment in 1997, what was held in that judgment. These are the safeguards which are provided same in these sections. So we would see that what are the safeguards laid down in the DK Basu and how they are being found in the CRPC. कुछ तो safeguard पहले से ही थे and कुछ through amendment we brought. So amendment करके हमने DK Basu के कौन से safeguards CRPC में डाले, that we would see. So basically जो topic arrest है, that is a simple topic and more of the theoretical question directly asked in the states like the Bihar and UP. इसमें कुछ ज़्यादा लॉजिकल थिंकिंग नहीं है, इंटरप्रिटेशन वगैरह, all these things are not there of such kind as relate to other topics. So let's start with what is the rationale behind arrest. So here we see the article 21 on one side and the societal interest on the other side. That is the article 21 constitution on one side of the individual, and that is individual interest, and societal interest on the other side, and it is basically about the balancing of the interest. That is the constitutional aspect of arrest, rationale behind the arrest. So the question arose, why do a person got arrested? A person got arrested because he is suspected that that person had committed the offense, and it is in the societal interest to find the culprit and punish him. So if it is to be found a prima facie case against someone that he has committed an offense, then the investigation should be done in that case. Now in the process of investigation, why he should be arrested? It could be done without arrest also. So there could be investigation without arrest also. It would be differ from situation to situation whether the person could be arrested or not to be arrested. अगर किसी पर्सन को इंट्रोगेट करना या इन्वेस्टिगेट करना, उससे कुछ सवाल जवाब पूछने, then it should he may be arrested. If the situation is not of that kind that the investigating officer gets something from him, or he may influence witness or rain away all that kind of situation not arose, then there is no need of arrest. So there could be so many grounds for arresting a person, because in any case there must be a fair investigation, and it is necessary for the fair investigation that any kind of such obstruction which arose in the during the investigation, that should be prevented or avoided. So उसके लिए एग्जामिन करना पड़ेगा कि अगर एक्यूज के फ्री रहने से इन्वेस्टिगेशन में ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन होगा, एक्यूज को अगर अरेस्ट नहीं किया गया और वो फ्री छोड़ा गया, तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन में ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन होगा। हो सकता है एक्यूज इन्फ्लुएंस करे विटनेसेस को, या फिर वो भागने की कोशिश करे एक्सेट्रा, देन द एक्यूज शुड बी kept in custody, accused should be arrested. Otherwise, why should any person be arrested unnecessarily? या फिर क्राइम इस तरीके का है, इट इज सो हीनियस, accused का crime so heinous that example take he had committed a murder or he had committed rape, so such kind of any heinous crime, or committed waging war. So in such kind of cases, so obviously the nature of crime is such that the accused should not be left free in the society. So arresting a person is one thing, and investing a case is different thing. Arrest is only one dimension of investigation. Just facilitate the proper investigation, we can go for arresting a person. अब जो ये अमेंडमेंट हुआ है सेक्शन 41 क्लॉज 1 क्लॉज बी में, इसमें कुछ पॉइंट्स डाले हैं दैट द 7 साल से कम जो पनिशेबल ऑफेंसेस है उसमें अगर गिरफ्तारी करते हैं, देन इन दैट the reasons should be recorded. So the offenses less punishable less than 7 years, a person or accused could not be arrested as a matter of routine. So in that kind of cases, whenever the accused is arrested, the reasons are to be recorded to arrest. And if the accused is not arrested, then also the reasons to be recorded why the accused is not arrested. But any of the offenses which is 7 years or more is considered to be the grave offense. So in those cases which are punishable with the 7 years or more, the reasons are not to be recorded. But in those cases also, the arrest is not mandatory. So the basic point is that arresting a person is not mandatory. The basic point is the arresting of a person is not mandatory in any of the provisions in the CRPC. In fact, murder cases or rape cases may be, it is nowhere written that accused shall be arrested. Arrest is always a prerogative of matter of police. Arrest is always a matter of prerogative of police. 7 साल से कम वाले में लिख दिया गया है अब कि that the accused could be arrested only by the recorded reasons. 7 साल और उससे ज़्यादा वाले में लिख दिया that the accused may be arrested by the police officer. Remember one point, always remember, 7 साल से ऊपर वाले में भी ये नहीं लिखा है that the accused shall be arrested. अब मान लीजिए एग्जाम्पल ले लेते हैं कि person committed theft in dwelling house or a person committed robbery. indwelling house theft 7 years punishable with 7 years, robbery 10 years, एक 7 साल से पनिशेबल है, एक 10 साल से पनिशेबल है. So in that cases अगर police officer do not want then he do not arrest, and if he wants then he may arrest, but there he has not to record reasons. But since the offense is grave, punishment is higher, so police officer normally makes the arrest. But in छोटे offenses में police officer refrain to make arrest. So the point is arrest is not compulsory. It is always the discretion of police officer. Arrest हमारा compulsory नहीं है, ये हमारे पुलिस ऑफिसर के विचाराधीन है या विवेकाधीन. If he wants he can, or if he do not wants he could not arrest. And the purpose of arrest always will be the same purposes on which the refuse or the bail was dismissed. जिस ग्राउंड्स पर हम बेल रिफ्यूज करते हैं, जो हम पढ़ चुके हैं, उन्हीं ग्राउंड्स पर हम अरेस्ट कर सकते हैं किसी व्यक्ति को, एक्यूज्ड को. जिस वजह से हम बेल नहीं देते वही वजह अरेस्ट की भी होती है. सो व्हाट आर द ग्राउंड्स ऑन द फॉर द रिजेक्शन ऑफ द बेल? वो भाग जाएगा, विटनेसेस को थ्रेटन करेगा, क्राइम को रिपीट करेगा, इट इज द एक्यूज्ड इज dangerous for the society. So same were the grounds also for the arrest also. So when we read section 41 clause 1 clause B, same grounds are written there also. So arrest के वही grounds होंगे जिन grounds पर bail reject होंगे. So exam में हमको वही ground लिखने हैं जो bail rejection के हैं, वो same grounds that are given in sections also. So in exam it should be written that arrest could not be done, will not be done in the crimes which are less heinous, the punishment is less than 7 years. It could be done, the arrest could be done only by the recorded reasons. So the issue is not whether the person is arrested or to be arrested or not to be arrested. प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं है कि एक व्यक्ति को अक्यूज को अरेस्ट किया जाना चाहिए कि नहीं किया जाना चाहिए. So the problem in arrest is that the issue is that why the arrest is made, arrest क्यों कर रहे हैं, and in the case of arrest there should be transparency and accountability. In the DK Basu case, the Supreme Court clearly held that arrest is important in certain cases and the arrest could not be prohibited in all cases. In less grave offenses, obviously it could be avoided. So in less grave offenses, the arrest could not be done unless the person hinders the investigation. So in those cases, if there is possibility for hindrance in investigation, then he could be arrested. So the problem is not that the whether arrest करते हैं कि नहीं करते हैं. The problem is that कि arrest के process में proper safeguards लिए गए हैं या नहीं. जैसे कि किसी को कहीं से भी उठाया, पकड़ा, उसको कहीं पे भी रखा, मारपीट की, पूछताछ की और उसके बाद उसको छोड़ दिया, या फिर मर गया तो उसका एनकाउंटर शो कर दिया फिर फेंक दिया कहीं. मीन्स व्हाट, जो अरेस्ट का प्रोसेस है दैट शुड बी ट्रांसपेरेंट. ट्रांसपेरेंसी मीन्स whom the police officer is arresting, from where he has arrested the accused, why he has arrested that person. He should be told that he would contact his family members. He should be told the allegations against him, उसको उसके खिलाफ जो आरोप लगे हैं वो बताने चाहिए. When a police of arrest, there should be a visible mark upon him. Regarding the designation of police officer and the identity who is, that is what is the name of that officer, and the police headquarters should be informed that so and so person is arrested. The district magistrate office shall be informed that so and so person is arrested. So all these safeguards should be there. He should be allowed to consult a lawyer. His medical examination shall be done. अगर किसी ने सरेंडर किया है तो उनको सरेंडर के बाद अरेस्ट किया गया, फॉर्मल अरेस्ट भी डन, एंड देन दे फर्स्ट टेकन टू द हॉस्पिटल फॉर द मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन. क्योंकि जब भी किसी को गिरफ्तार करते हैं तो देयर शुड बी ए मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन इन एवरी 48 आवर्स. देयर शुड बी मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन so that in custody a physical harm could not be done to that person. So all that has to be followed. So the problem is more about transparency. अरेस्ट करने के बाद जो थर्ड डिग्री टॉर्चर होता है, मारपीट होती है, दैट शुड बी स्टॉप. So if arrest is supporting the investigation, it is in the course of investigation, then it is proper. But arrest के बाद जो safeguard follow नहीं होते, that is wrong. So जो arrest के बाद safeguard follow नहीं किए जाते, that is wrong. Officer should be accountable for the well-being of the person arrested. जिसको गिरफ्तार किया उसकी health, safety. So it is the responsibility to take care of the life and limb of the person got arrested. And if the accountability is not shown, if there is no transparency in arrest, if it is not revealed where the persons arrested are kept, even if it is not revealed to public, but it should be revealed to the court. So in DK Basu also the Supreme Court held that arrest is not an evil. Arrest helps in the investigation, provided wherever the arrest is mandatory or essential indispensable. But arrest should not be done as a matter of routine, but it could be done wherever it is necessary. So the court held that it could not be said that no one could be arrested. कभी हम किसी को गिरफ्तार कर ही नहीं सकते. But it is suggested that the process of arrest should be more transparent and more accountable. So it is the essence of all we have discussed up to here. So जो भी हम safeguards पढ़ेंगे, that is about the transparency and accountability. So gradually with the amendments in the CRPC, the parliament brought in many safeguards in order to make the process of arrest accountable and transparent. So write down a point. The issue is not regarding the viability or maintainability of arrest, as the arrest is instrumental in supporting the investigation, and therefore it can not be generally laid down that no one shall be arrested. Rather, more important, it is to ensure that the process of arrest is transparent and accountable. Arrest shall be allowed to be misused in any circumstances. Arrest shall not be allowed to be misused in any circumstances. तो किसी भी परिस्थिति में अरेस्ट को अलाउ नहीं किया जाएगा अगर कोई मिसयूज करे अरेस्ट के थ्रू प्रोसेस को अगर मिसयूज करे किसी भी परिस्थिति में तो अरेस्ट अलाउ नहीं किया जाएगा. अरेस्ट शैल नॉट बी अलाउड टू बी मिसयूज्ड इन एनी सर्कमस्टेंसेस. किसी भी परिस्थिति में अरेस्ट का मिसयूज अलाउ नहीं किया जाएगा. और इशू हमारा ये नहीं है रिगार्डिंग द वायबिलिटी और मेंटेनेबिलिटी ऑफ अरेस्ट, एज द अरेस्ट इज इंस्ट्रूमेंट, क्योंकि अरेस्ट हमारा सपोर्टिंग है इन्वेस्टिगेशन में. सो द जनरल लेट डाउन दैट कि अगर ये कहा जाए जनरली कि नो वन शैल बी अरेस्टेड, तो ऐसा नहीं कहा जा सकता. जैसे मैंने आपको बता दिया कि हम बोलें कि किसी को भी अरेस्ट नहीं किया जाएगा, देन इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू से दैट. बट इम्पोर्टेंट हमारा यह है कि एंश्योर ये हो कि जो प्रोसेस ऑफ अरेस्ट है वो ट्रांसपेरेंट हो और अकाउंटेबल हो. सो नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द पॉलिसी ऑफ अरेस्ट. राइट डाउन व्हाट इज द पॉलिसी ऑफ अरेस्ट. Policy is that arrest is a process by which a restraint is put upon the freedom of movement of the accused. Full stop. In the cases of arrest, the main issue is dash: can a restraint be put upon the right of life and personal liberty of accused, even though he has not yet been proved to be guilty? अभी तक वो गिल्टी नहीं हुआ, क्या फिर भी उसकी लाइफ एंड पर्सनल लिबर्टी पर रेस्ट्रेंट लगा सकते हैं? Yet been proved to be guilty. The issue is dash the balancing between the right of life and personal liberty of accused and the societal interest in identifying and punishing the culprit. It is in the societal interest that a fair and effective investigation should be conducted, and if there is any hindrance in such investigation, then hindrance can be removed. It is also essential to safeguard and the safety of society. Therefore, in the cases of heinous and grave offences, or in other cases where the chances are that the accused may abscond or may threaten the witnesses or otherwise influence the evidences or may repeat the crime, etc., the accused may be arrested and taken into the custody. His arrest may also be essential for the purpose of interrogating the accused for the purpose of effective investigation. Thus, the concept of arrest as such cannot said to be illegal or unconstitutional, as it serves the larger societal purpose. At the same time, however, the accused have right to life and personal liberty guaranteed under Article 21, and therefore any restriction upon his life and personal liberty should be reasonable and procedure of such restriction also has to be reasonable, fair, just and non-arbitrary. So कोई भी restriction अगर हम किसी की life and personal liberty पे लगाएंगे should be reasonable and और उसका procedure भी वो restriction भी reasonable होना चाहिए, और जो restriction लगाने का procedure है, that procedure of such restriction also has to be reasonable, fair, just and non-arbitrary. तो ना कि खाली रेस्ट्रिक्शन ही रीजनेबल हो, बट उसका प्रोसीजर भी रेस्ट्रिक्शन का भी रीजनेबल होना चाहिए. दैट इज व्हाट आल्सो सेड इन द मेनका गांधी केस. सो राइट डाउन वन केस डीके बसु वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल 1997 सुप्रीम कोर्ट. It was held that in the matters of arrest, the issue is not whether arrest shall be conducted or not. अरेस्ट होना चाहिए या नहीं होना चाहिए, ये इशू नहीं है. As in some cases arrest may be essential, the issue rather is related to transparency and accountability. issue हमारा मेन क्या है? Related to transparency and accountability in the matters of arrest. जो अरेस्ट के मैटर होते हैं उसमें ट्रांसपेरेंसी और अकाउंटेबिलिटी होनी चाहिए. The procedure of arrest should be transparent, and officer conducting arrest shall be accountable for the safety and the health of the person arrested. In the light of the Constitution of India, issue is more about in what cases arrest may be essential in the larger societal interest, and second one is what should be adequate safeguards in the matters of arrest. So these are the 2 points. किस केस में आप अरेस्ट करोगे? जहाँ पे जरूरी होगा वहीं तो आईओ अरेस्ट करेगा. He could not arrest in every case as a matter of routine. Wherever it is essential, only there he can arrest police officer or some other person, whatever the case may be. कोई भी व्यक्ति जहाँ पे भी आप अरेस्ट करोगे, जहाँ पे भी आप अरेस्ट करोगे तो आप मैटर ऑफ रूटीन के तौर पर अरेस्ट नहीं कर सकते. So whatever we have studied on arrest is about only these two. So procedure of arrest is simple. That could be read also. उसको तो हम पढ़ भी सकते हैं, लिखा हुआ है. But what are the safeguards required at the time of arrest and thereafter, after the arrest? And how should is the transparency? And how should the safety and well-being of the accused be ensured after the arrest? These two things. So whatever we read up to now is about that only. इसमें जो हम पढ़ेंगे टाइप्स ऑफ अरेस्ट, तो उसमें हम पढ़ेंगे कौन कौन अरेस्ट कर सकता है, किस सरकमस्टेंसेस में अरेस्ट कर सकता है, तो वो तो अलग है. चलो, व्हेन अरेस्ट कैन बी मेड एंड व्हेन कैन नॉट बी मेड, उसके लिए 41 क्लॉज 1 क्लॉज बी है, एंड देन सी एक्सेट्रा. सो फॉर सेफगार्ड्स वी आर हैविंग द डीके बसु जजमेंट. देयर आर सेवरल अदर जजमेंट्स, बट the model judgment is DK Basu, and then we have the provisions of CRPC. अगर जुडिशियल ऑफिसर को अरेस्ट करेंगे तो उसमें दिल्ली जुडिशरी ऑफिसर का एक जजमेंट है। सो जुडिशियल ऑफिसर्स को के समय क्या सेफगार्ड्स होगा, दैट इज प्रोवाइडेड इन दैट जजमेंट, उसके लिए अलग जजमेंट है। बट इन नॉर्मल केसेस में क्या सेफगार्ड होगा, दैट इज प्रोवाइडेड इन डीकेबीसी and that has been converted into the provisions of CRPC. So most of the points of the DKBSU you find incorporated in the CRPC. So most of the recommendations are followed and incorporated in the CRPC, either by the way of amendment or from beginning it is there in the CRPC. So that's it for this lecture and this class. After that we would look upon the in what types when the person could be arrested or when could not be arrested, and continue with the sections from section 41 in the next lecture. Thank you guys for watching this lecture.